Yes, hello. I was wondering if you could play that song again.
Which one, man?
The one that goes...
No, man, you're thinking of...
The Regi Pokemon, notorious for being challenging to find, a nuisance to catch, and just overall weird. With this reputation we've discussed in the past, does it still hold up when brought over into Generation 8? The two new Regi Pokemon, Regidrago and Regieleki, the zappy one. Anyway, these Pokemon were added into the Crown Tundra expansion of Sword and Shield, and so the other boys are back in town. It's definitely much simpler this time around. No Relicanth, no Wailord, no Braille. The temples for the Regis are even just kind of out in the open. You walk right past one almost as soon as you enter the wilds of the tundra, but you can't just walk right in. There are still some puzzles to unlock the doors, but there are clues that are just a bit too obvious. For Regirock, you need to give your Pokemon a quote, never-changing stone. It's painfully obvious that this means an Everstone, which I have dozens of after grinding the raid dens. For Regice, you need to, quote, walk together with a living crystal of snow. At first I thought this was just to put any Ice-type Pokemon in the front spot of your party, but it turns out it specifically needs a Cryogonal. Okay, that's a bit cooler, pun intended. Calling back to the puzzles in Generation 3 needing a specific Pokemon in a specific party slot, but still ultimately pretty easy. For Registeel, you need to, quote, let ring the piercing note that will wake the Giant of Steel. I thought this would be to have a Pokemon that knows the move Metal Sound, because that makes sense. But really all you need to do is whistle, which is a feature in Sword and Shield. I bet some people didn't even know that you could whistle, but trust me, I knew. Well, those were some decent enough puzzles. The hints and solutions were all pretty easy. But I think the part that made it all too easy was that the temples aren't really hidden. Sure, they're a bit off the beaten path, but the few open areas in Galar, the Wild Area, Isle of Armor, and the Crown Tundra are just begging to be explored. And they can be relatively easily. In Ruby and Sapphire, the route that unlocks the Regi temples is really easy to miss. Heck, you can complete the main story of the game without ever visiting Pacifidlog Town, but the Regi exploration is part of the main Crown Tundra story, so you're kind of forced to do it to get the end screen. I don't exactly dislike that it's part of the main story because this is the post-game, and this is the whole point of the Crown Tundra, but hiding the temples a little better would have been cool. But now that the temples are all unlocked, we're allowed inside, and while it seems to be an empty room, the challenge is, again, pretty simple. Just play a game of spider stomping across the panels on the floor and you're met with one of the Regi boys. And the battles are kinda cool. Thankfully, we still have the amazing battle theme all redone for Generation 8. And I don't know if this was just Arceus on my side after making the last Regi video, but I actually crit captured all three of the main Regis. Sure, I was using False Swipe and Spore because I'm a pro, but I'm pretty sure a crit capture just kind of renders it all moot. And I haven't even bothered with the Pokedex, so I've got a lower chance at that than some other Poketubers. But who am I to look a gift to Spectrier in the mouth? Because now I've got all three of the main Titans. And it's time to catch the new Pokemon. This temple is a bit more out of the way, but it's definitely not hidden, and to get into this temple you just need the other Regis with you. I mean, at least it'll save me from doing something else tedious. But once inside, we're presented with a choice. Only one of the new Regis per game. Didn't you notice the temple was all split colors? You didn't think you'd get to catch both, did you? By the way, hope you're not regretting your choice of horse you made like 30 minutes ago, because it's time for another one. You either get the Shocky Boy or the Dragon Boy. Now, both of these Pokemon look pretty cool. Regieleki has some crazy looking hands, and Regidrago is apparently the head of what Regigigas intended to be a whole dang dragon. So, which one did you choose, Rex? Did you choose the crazy electric type one that has an insane speed stat that's been destroying everyone?
We'll work on that. Hearing that Regi theme is just nice. Hey, it's Charizard.
Alright, now it's time. It's finally time. I've caught all the Regi I can. It wasn't too difficult. It was more weird and tedious than anything, but I'm satisfied. So if you could just point me to the Regigigas temple, that'd be great. Peony? Where's the Regigigas temple? To catch Regigigas, it's a raid battle, and you need all of the Regis, all 5 of them. What? But you made me choose only one. You were the one that shoved both of them in the same temple. What do you expect me to do? Trade a friend? What is this, Pokemon? That's exactly what you expect me to do, isn't it? Well, if you're fortunate enough to have friends with the game, you're all set. You've completed the Regigauntlet of Pokemon Sword and Shield. Congratulations! This time with no negative repercussions. Kinda boring without an apocalypse. Well, at least I get this cabin all to myself. But anyway, hey, this is Regirex, and let me know what you think. What did you think of the Crown Tundra edition of the Regi Pokemon, or at least, adding back the old ones, adding in the new ones? Like I said, though, my thoughts are, it's interesting. I mean, it's cool that, there's something at least, but definitely the superior way is still with Generation 3 Ruby Sapphire and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, all those, because, that's just the way they were originally intended. It's still cool to see them in Generation 8 and at least given a little something like this. However, as I mentioned, I wasn't super happy that you need 2 games. I mean, I do have Pokemon Sword and Shield, both games, but I still need to get around to playing through Shield version's Crown Tundra. In fact, I need to get around to the Isle of Armor. Maybe that's something we can do sometime later. But regardless, this has been the Regi Pokemon. Overall, pretty cool. Which is your favorite? I think in the last video that I made long time ago, I posed a question. If you could guess my favorite, I think it's pretty obvious. Regirock is my favorite, just because they all look so dumb. They're so stupid, but I love them all. Also, I just want to apologize for the quality of the gameplay in this video. It was all my own gameplay, which I streamed here on my channel, which hopefully we'll be getting back to some streams later. But you can also check out that stream. It's still here, archived on the channel publicly. But yeah, since I took that, it's not the highest quality, not the highest best quality, because I had to go through internet and stuff like that. But thank you for bearing with me and enjoying this video. And if you did enjoy, let me know in the comments below, as well with a like and a subscribe. And if you'd like to go above and beyond, support me, there's also that applause button, which is a little hard next to the likes and dislikes. But if you enjoyed the video, you can also stick around for notification. I said enjoyed too much. But anyway, this has been Regirex. Have a nice day.